If you're new here, welcome. Or if we're already friends, welcome back. So from this to this. Okay, so let me show you how I did this. In today's video, I'm going to be changing things up in my kitchen. And I really try to embrace like each season. So we're going to be changing some things up. But first, we're going to change this container. I bought it with the intent to paint it and change it up because I didn't really love the spots on it. So let's do that first and then we'll get to the kitchen. I'm using this wall texture spray and I'm not sure how this is going to work. But I had this on hand because I'm building a shoe rack in my closet and I had to fix some holes. And I was like, this is kind of neat. Maybe I could do something crafty with this. So here we go. So this was super easy. I just sprayed it all over my container. And this can has two different spray settings. And I don't know if I broke it or what happened. It was making a mess everywhere. Just a huge mess. Maybe it's just because I turned it upside down or something. Okay, so next I just took a paper towel and smoothed it out a little bit and then added more because I did want that texture to be pretty thick. And then I used this knockdown knife and smoothed out just random little sections. And then turned it around and did the same thing on the other side. And it really does help if you try to keep the can straight, as straight as possible. I think I figured it out by the time I got to this side. And then I just did the same technique with the paper towel and then added more on the top. And I did let that dry about 5 minutes. It didn't look like it in the video, but I did let it dry and then took my knockdown knife and smoothed out a few spots. It's all dry now and I did let this dry overnight. And I think it's going to work out really well. I like how it looks. It is flaking just a little bit, but I still think it's going to work. And so we're going to go ahead and add some black paint to it and then a couple of different colors in brown. So let's get started. And the paint was a little bit thick, so I did add some water, just a little bit of water to it. Here we go. Always a little nervous. And I'm just dabbing it on there like this so it can get in all the little creases and crevices. I think it's going to look so good. It's looking so good. Yay. Looks good. This was definitely an easy way to do this, to add this texture, just to spray that on there. It was so much easier than having to so much easier than having to what? So spraying this on there to give it all of this texture was so easy. It was, to me, easier than using the joint compound, which I have done before. This was definitely an easy way to get all of this texture. And I like it. So I'll link that video with the joint compound if you want to see that. But I really do like this technique and I can't wait to finish it and see how it looks with all the paint colors on there. And I'm thinking about adding some browns. It's antique and that's this one's hazelnut. So I'm going to add a couple of shades of brown and just give it a lot of texture and depth, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, comment down below if you've seen this technique done with this wall texture spray, because I did try to look it up to see if anyone had done it, to see if it actually works and would actually stay on there. I didn't see anything. I just saw the joint compound, of course the baking soda, all of those techniques, but I didn't see this. So I'm excited that it's working out. Okay, so while my container is drying, I wanted to just share with y'all how sweet my family is. Okay, so as I was filming yesterday, my husband came home with this sweet card that says, "Sometimes something wonderful happens to someone who really deserves it." It was for hitting 2,000 subscribers, and he gave me an Amazon card, which I've already spent. And then after he gave me this, my daughter walks in with a gift as well. So I got some goodies, and I got face masks, and these, someone at her work told her about these nail covers, and so she thought I might like to try it, and some lip gloss, and this cute little squirrel. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. So this little plant right here, it's adorable. And this giant 2K and just extra balloons that said celebrate. Kind of fun. I just wanted to share that with y'all, and to also say thank you for helping me reach this milestone. I hit 2,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank y'all. Okay, so after the black paint had dried, I took a sponge and added brown paint, like a darker brown and then a lighter shade of brown. And I like to add it around the bottom because it looks like it's been sitting in dirt. And the trick is to just layer your colors. So after I let the brown colors dry, I just went back over it with some black. Okay, so while this is drying, let's go start on the kitchen. I always start by completely clearing off my kitchen countertops and just wiping everything down. And it just makes it easier to transition from season to season. And this just gives me a fresh, clean palette. So starting in this corner, I'm just going to add this basket. And then I added a few cookbooks. And I really love this one. It just has these light colors. I just think it's perfect for spring. And my basket isn't very big, but I found this glass container which fit perfectly. And the clear glass just feels airy. And I think that's perfect for spring, just an airy feel. And then I added all of my wooden spoons. And also added this magnifying glass. I love these. I have a collection and I just have them like in different locations in the house. They're very handy, especially like when I don't have my reading glasses. So I really like having this one in the kitchen. And then I have this little vase, and I did have real tulips in it, but they didn't look so good. So I replaced them with these fake tulips. And these were actually solar powered lights that I had outside, but we have wild bunnies in our backyard. And we feed them, so they're always in the backyard. And they're super cute, but they will destroy anything that has wire. So like Christmas lights, they love to chew on extension cords. And they did chew on these solar powered lights that I had in the backyard. It's awful. Anyway, so they chewed the cord on these lights. And so I took them up and I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. And then I thought, they kind of look like water bubbles, and so I just added them to this vase. This container, when I bought it, had hydrangeas in it, and they were stuck down with this resin. I guess this is like epoxy resin. It's really hard, so I just cut them out. But I really liked this container, and so I just cleaned it up and then added some lemons to it. always be sure to take the stickers off of your fruit. It just gives it such a cleaner look. These things drive me crazy, and these lemons were covered in them. Okay, moving on to this counter. I'm going to be using these glass jars that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Well, I picked this one up at Hobby Lobby. I think the other two I'm going to be using actually came from Walmart. And then just filling it with the things that my kids love. And they love hot chocolate, even though that's like a winter drink. My kids still love hot chocolate. So I'm going to be putting some hot chocolate packets in here. And for this one, I'm going to be filling it with marshmallows. And I just thought the pastel colors were perfect. And then the last one, I just added some pastel colored M&Ms. And then added a little bunny, and I'm sure some people probably only put the bunnies out for Easter, but I actually like to use them through spring. And moving on to behind the stove, I have these wood boards and I love them. I want to buy all of the different shapes and sizes. I just love them. I literally want all of them, so I have to contain myself when I go out shopping. And I'm adding these mortar bowls that I thrifted and just added some greenery to them. And the last thing I'm adding on this countertop is this basket that was just sitting out in my garage. I wasn't using it. And it's just perfect for holding our bananas and avocados. I'm not sure why I wasn't using it already. But I just shopped in my garage, so that was nice. And then, these stickers. They're everywhere. And I changed out my rags to make it light and airy.
Okay, so I picked up some flowers to add some life into the kitchen. And we have baby's breath, chamomile, eucalyptus, and hydrangeas. But when you get your flowers, always trim the ends at an angle. So just cut all of the ends so that they can get their nutrients and their water, and it keeps them fresh longer.
I had to take my hydrangeas out because they were looking a little sad, so I had to soak them. So I ended up just going with the baby's breath. For my island, I used this tray that I found at Marshall's on clearance. So woohoo, clearance! And then I added our container that we DIY'd. I love how it turned out. Added some fresh baby's breath, this candle that my daughter brought home from Restoration Hardware. I added this adorable little bunny. He's one of my favorites that I have. I added this cover over the top of it. It kind of contained the smell and it looked really cute, so it worked out. And since Easter is this Sunday, I added these moss covered eggs that I made last year, and here's how it all came together. I found this piece at Joann's, and when my house is all nice and clean, it just feels so good to light a candle. So to refresh your kitchen for spring, just add some greenery, a spring candle, add bright colors with fresh fruit and flowers, and display your favorite cookbooks. Use glass jars for decorating, and it's useful because you can have things that you grab often, very accessible. And you can put beans and rice in them, you can put flour and sugar, and it's still decorative and useful. If you enjoyed the video, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.
I just heard somebody coming in my house.
Hello?
Oh, I can't see you. There we go. What are you doing?
Hello. I got something for you.